Hey guys, this is Deborah. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you some of the vintage items that I purchased while I was in Europe. I'm not going to get through them all because there are a lot, but at least I'll get through some of them. So let's start with the small things, I think. We'll start with these ones, which were actually one of the last things that I purchased from a little shop in Utrecht. And in fact, I actually bought more than what I've got here, and somehow they got left on the counter and I didn't get them home. But the woman, I've emailed the lady in the shop. She was very nice and she remembered me. And so she's posting them out to me, which is really nice of her. And the reason why she remembered me was because in the shop I actually found in the postcards a souvenir postcard from Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary in Queensland, would you believe? And I showed her and I was telling her that that was where I was from. So yeah, cute little bag that they came in, and that's the shop. And it's a mix, so I've got photos, beautiful photos. So this one doesn't have anything on the back, but most of them do, you can see. So I'll just sort of flip through the different photos. I actually bought some large photos as well, so, and some other small ones, and I'll show you when they get here. So that's all the photos that I've got. And these things here are like super interesting. So I saw them and they were just sitting in a little letter holder. And I thought, oh, what are they? Let me have a look. And so what they are, as I've discovered, they're obviously addressed and stamped and they've been sent, but they're actually a little envelope of different sizes, as you can see. And inside of them are these little cards. And I was asking them what that was all about, and the lady in the shop, was saying it was kind of like if you went and, you know, you were out socially and you met someone, you would have these little cards with you, and you would either, you know, give it or send it to the person afterwards, but you'd say, oh, you know, oh, hello, my name's Deborah, you know, oh, and then you'd give them one of these cards. So a little bit like a business card, but, you know, just with their name on it, really. And they're just adorable. So I got a whole heap of these, and I'm probably, they're very old. Yes, they're very old. They're like, you know, 19, I think this one says 1905. Yeah, they're very old. Anyway, so, you know, you can see some of them have writing on it and that. I haven't really investigated or had time to investigate what these are all about, but most of them have been sent to the same person, and also most of them only have one thing in them. I did get some doubles, so I think I'll actually, you know, sell on some of the doubles, because when I looked at the card inside, it's actually got the same card. So I might, I don't know, I might. I don't know if I can let go of these. They're really lovely. And most of them only have one little card in them. I did have one that's got a couple of cards in it. But so that's those, and they're gorgeous. That was a really good find. And of course now, looking back, I'm thinking I wish I'd picked up, you know, the other. There's probably another 20 there, and I wish I'd just bought them all and brought them all home, but I didn't. So this is not a vintage item, but it's on the pile. It's just a little book with some Spanish written in it. So I speak Spanish, so you know, it's something that I can read and then sort of use in my journals, but I can practice my Spanish on that little book. This here, these were purchased in Barcelona at the local markets, this little pack here. And these are arithmetic problems. So they've got, obviously it's in Spanish. So they have a question, and then there are some little images. So there's questions in here. I don't know why somebody has corrected the questions, but anyway, little questions, and then there are different little images of animals and flags and things in there. So I bought one. No, I actually think I got two of these. What's this one? Nope. Oh, maybe I got there elsewhere. So these here, these little ones here, they are just like little cards, and they're not as big as cigarette cards, but they're just little cards, and they're trees and things like that. So gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And I just bundled all this and said, you know, how much? And he gave me a price, and I said, yeah, sure, that sounds fine. So I actually bargained a little because, you know, I can speak the language, so I was able to get a bit of a bargain. I'll put those away. Let's see. And then these are histories, it says. And this here is 3 cards. So each of these little packets has got cards in it. 6 tajitas, that's their word for cards. And this in here, one is Nido. And then there's little cards. And I don't know what Nido means actually, but maybe it means nest, quite possibly. It's not a Spanish word that I know how to say it. I have a book, I could look it up, but I haven't yet. But that's Nido. And then this one here, Casa, so that's house. So I'll just show you this one. Oh, so there you go. It's building. And I checked a couple of them, and it seems as though most of, you know, all the cards are there. It hasn't been split. So this is like a paper thing. Atraco, which is jail or court. Look. So it's like a little story. Yeah. So holding up the person, caught by the police, going to court, and then you're in jail. So each one is a little story. Maybe they were for kids or something. I don't know. But they're all different little cards. So I thought that was cute too. And what else have we got? I'm jumping around a little bit, but that's okay. Here. So this next pile, these are cards. I'll put those away. So these are more things that I found, and I don't know where I got these from, but these are German, so I must have got them, or maybe they're Dutch, I'm not sure. But anyway, these are like a receipt or something like that. So it's a receipt of, you know, and I guess this is like our tax stamp that we used to have. So I've got some of those. And then this was like this one here. These are some sort of ticket or something like that. So I've got some tickets. Okay, and then this here is, oh, okay, so I got these in, I can't remember where I was now. That wasn't in Amsterdam, but anyway, maybe it was in Stockholm. It might have been in Stockholm because it was somewhere where I paid in euros, even though, you know, that wasn't their local currency. So these are like bank checks, I believe, something like a bank check. And I got the ones that I saw there. Again, I think there were more there, but, you know, you can't have everything, can you? It's hard to leave things behind. So these beautiful. These are from a shop in Erfurt, which is a place in Germany, little town we stopped at in Germany. And I went into this shop and I actually got some vintage linen, which I'll show you later. But I also saw these little bits of paper lying around the shop, so I bought some of them as well. So this here, I was asking the lady what this is about, and she said I guess what she described to me is kind of like a christening, you know, a christening card. So it's, but maybe it's not. But that's what she was sort of saying. It's like when they, or maybe it was engagement. I can't remember, one of the two, but it's got some words, you know, obviously written by hands. And she read it and had a little smile, so it must have said something nice, hopefully. So there's that one. And these ones are just like little cards again, I guess some sort of business card. So this is October 1902, and this is 1891, just some business cards. And this one here is really fascinating. So what this is actually a template for making lace. And they had a lot of these in the shop. And I thought just buy one because, you know, what am I going to do with it? I put it in my junk journal, but I just was fascinated. So it's got all these little holes in it. Obviously, I'm not sure if it came like that. They're very neat, so maybe it did. And obviously you somehow, you know, push your needle through, I guess, and make a mark because it's a template. It says 13.5 centimetres on it. And then you can do your lace making, and that would be the pattern of lace that you'd end up with. I just thought that was very cool. So I've got that. And these here, if you saw my video on the Amsterdam markets, you would have seen this. And this was one of the things, one of the books I bought. But to lessen the weight and the volume, I pulled all of the cards out of the book. So these are the old buildings. I'll put a link to that video I'm talking about so you can go back and have a look how they were presented. I did keep one page of the book only so that I remembered what it looked like. But it was a bit unfortunate, but it just, you know, I had to do it because the weight of everything was just getting, you know, even after just one market visit was getting really too big. And again, this was another one that I got. So they're all fish. And so that was also, they were in a plastic sleeve. So I've got those. They're cigarette cards. Sorry, let me flip them over the back. They're old cigarette cards called Sea Fishers, John Player and Sons. So I'm not sure what, how many of those I've got, whether I've got them all or not. I'll have to go through and count them. I do have some more still. I know I haven't pulled those out, but I know I have more. And here we have more things. So these came from just a street market that we were walking past. It was a weekday street market in Leeds, I think. Yeah, it's definitely in the UK. And this was just, oh, there's some more of those. Okay, I have to look at the other video on that. So these are cigarette cards, and yeah, I opened them because I wanted to have a look at them. But this is a full set, 50 C's written on there, and it's garden flowers, WD&HO Wills, obviously the, you know, that's the Wills Cigarette Company, but it's a full set. And you can tell they're full sets because every one of the cards is actually numbered. So 18, 20, yep. So it's a full set of cigarette cards. Aren't they lovely? And I also got, at the same time, he had so many of these. Honestly, he had like 2 boxes completely full of cigarette cards. And he was like, oh, these will add to your collection. And I was like, actually, I'm going to use them for junk journaling. So there you go. This is a full set of 1936. And again, it's, I'll just open them. And it's all florals. It's all botanicals. They're lovely. Yeah, really happy with those. And on the back, they've got this tennis ad for tennis rackets and golf balls. Look at that, 3 and 9 for tennis balls, 2 and 9. Oh, free post for golf balls, pretty good. So they, those ones, and this was something else I purchased from a different vendor there. I saw it, it's pretty wrecked, but I thought it was lovely anyway. It's actually a school report from 1938. So I just, even though it was a bit damaged, I thought, you know, it's just lovely, and you're probably never going to see that again. So it had to come home with me. And this one here, which is a term report from 1939. There you go. So I think I'm going to call it quits there. I'm going to do the book in the next video because it's just getting a bit long now. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed that so far. There's more to go through, and I will be back soon. This is Deborah. Thanks for watching. Cheers.